Hey guys, today we're going to do another tutorial on how to create seamless patterns in Procreate.
I'm Marina, and I'm the hands behind Draw with Marina. So grab your favorite tea or coffee, and let's start drawing. I'm using an iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil and the Procreate app. If you're new to Procreate, I suggest that you watch my other tutorial, Procreate Tips and Tricks, because as I draw, I'll be using these shortcut actions. I will link that video below.
So the reason I'm redoing this is because I have two other videos out on how to create seamless patterns. However, some of the viewers were having trouble piecing the patterns together. So let's start this fresh again. This time we're going to be creating a cross section of fruits. So I have my canvas ready here, and I'm just going to make the background a baby blue. So let's go into our layers, click on the background, and I have it here in my color palette. Okay, so first we're going to start off by drawing a lime. I'm just going to select this green, and for every fruit I'm going to be doing a new layer. So let me rename this to lime, and at the end we're going to be merging this anyway, but I'm just going to rename it so I know what layer is what. All right, so let's draw a circle. I'm using a monoline brush, and I have the thickness set to a little bit thicker. Okay, so we're going to draw the circle, and don't let go of your Apple Pencil. It'll become a perfect circle once you put another finger on the canvas, like that. Next, we're going to fill the inside of the circle with a lighter shade. This is kind of like a light beige, and then I'm just going to color drop that in. And then last, we're going to select a lighter shade of green, and then we're going to do the inside of the lime. So right now, it probably would help if I turned on my grid. So let's go to the settings, canvas, drawing guide, and then let's hit edit drawing guide. We want this to be a 2D grid. And then I'm gonna make the center, I'm just gonna move it right there. And I'm just eyeballing this right now. And then hit done. So now my center is right there. All right, so we're gonna do the interior now of the lime. I'm gonna start with another layer. And then from the center point, let's just go like this. And then just close that off. And then we're gonna color drop that. So with this layer, let's duplicate that. And then we're gonna flip horizontal, flip vertical, and bring this down over to bottom left. All right, let's merge these two layers. Merge down, and then we're going to duplicate this again, flip horizontal, and then we're going to duplicate this again, and then let's rotate this, and then we're going to duplicate this again and rotate. All right, let's merge them down. So I have my lime already. So I'm going to continue doing the watermelon, an orange, an apple, and a kiwi. So with my next one, I'm actually going to duplicate the lime just so that I can use the same shape. And this one will be my watermelon. So let me rename that. I'm just gonna grab this color, this light pale color, and just paint over this area, the interior. I should have duplicated this before, but I kind of only thought about it right now. Then I'm gonna grab my watermelon color, and then we're gonna do another circle inside. Okay, let's color drop that. All right, so next we're gonna do some seeds, and we're gonna create a new layer, and I've selected a brown. Now I want my seeds to be organized and symmetrical, which I know my friends are gonna laugh at me because I have really bad OCD. So I'm gonna start off with the seed right there, kind of like a teardrop shape. All right, so there's my seed. And then I'm gonna duplicate this layer, go to the arrow tool and flip vertical. And you can see that I'm using my guides for placement. So let's merge this down and then duplicate this. Go to the arrow tool and rotate this. So before I merge that down, I'm gonna duplicate that again. So now I kind of want it up here, but I'm gonna have to move this one. All right, so let's clean this up a bit. I'm gonna merge this one down. So I got those four, And then I got these two, which I'm gonna duplicate and then rotate. Okay, let's just merge our seeds down. You don't have to do OCD style seeds. You can do whatever you want. You can make them chaotic. So from here on, I'm just gonna duplicate them individually. All right, so I got these two up here. I'm gonna duplicate that again. Sorry if this is really confusing. I think that there's a nice pattern going on here. Okay, I'm gonna do one more row. Let me just merge these all down. All right, so this is my watermelon. Sorry if that was hard to follow. I hope you have your own watermelon pattern. This was way too hard to explain. Anyways, it just kind of went with the flow of my brain. So I'm gonna merge my watermelon down into one layer. So there is my watermelon. Next, we're gonna do an orange, which is kind of the exact same thing as the lime, but in different colors. So I'm gonna grab my lime and duplicate that. Let's just move this up to the top. And we're gonna rename that to orange. This time, we're just gonna color drop the colors. So let's go into our color palette. And for the exterior, I'm gonna select a darker orange. And then for the interior, just a lighter orange. All right, that was pretty easy. I'm gonna do the kiwi next. Let's duplicate this orange. And then rename that to kiwi. Now for the exterior color, I'm gonna grab this dark brown that we used for the seeds. We're just gonna keep the palette fairly consistent. Now this is a bit too thick, but we can cover that up with the green that we're gonna be using in the interior. So I'm just gonna grab this green. And I wanna cover up some of this brown. We kind of want like a thin skin. So the color dropper might not work because there's just so many different things happening. So I'm just gonna color drop that and then paint the rest. And then I'm gonna grab a lighter shade of green again. Now this is for the interior of the kiwi. And then we're gonna draw just another circle. And I know you probably can't see this from far away, but it's the little details that make your art really stand out. Okay, so for the interior of the kiwi, let's grab that pale color. And I'm gonna create a new layer for this and kind of just using my guide. Okay, we're gonna draw a circle in the center. Now that's off center, so just move that over. And this is why you want to create a new layer so you can fix things like this. Now I'm just going to do a little pattern here inside. So I'm going to grab the green, still with the monoline brush. I'm going to grab a thicker brush and I'm just going to stamp it. Now I'm going to do mirrored patterns just because it's easier to track what I'm doing. And then we're gonna grab that brown and then draw these little seeds again. So let's start another layer for the seeds. And then just perhaps duplicate that. Merge down, duplicate again. And then just fill in the rest. Okay, there is your kiwi. Let's merge them all down. All right, so now next is the apple, and I kind of want to keep the same dimensions as a circle, but you know, apples are not circles. So what I'm gonna do is just duplicate the kiwi, and then I'm gonna turn the opacity down just by hitting on the N. I'm just gonna use this as a guide for the apple. And then we're gonna create a new layer for the apple. So let's name that. And I'm gonna grab the red. So it'll probably be easier if we draw half of the apple and then duplicate it. which would make it more symmetrical. So I'm gonna start about here. Okay, that was a bad idea. So always make sure that you have your endpoint visible on the canvas, otherwise you're gonna have to start a new line and it's gonna be all jaggedy. So let's start that again. Okay, so let's duplicate that and then we're gonna flip. Okay, let's merge that down and then we can delete that kiwi layer. So I'm not really liking this part. Just gonna fix that. Okay, so we're gonna color drop that pale color back in there. And then let's select an even lighter shade of that. So let me go to my disc. So I'm just gonna make an oval in the center. And then we can go back to that brown and then add some seeds. And then the stem. All right, so there is the apple. Let me get rid of the drawing guide for now. All right, so now the most important thing that I forgot to mention is that your canvas needs to be square. So I'm kind of glad that this happened, because if this happened to you, it's a very easy fix. So let's go into our settings and go into canvas, crop and resize. We're going to go into settings. Now we're just going to make this square. So my largest side is 11.75. So I'm just going to make the other one also 11.75. All right, so this is my canvas. So I'm gonna move the entire thing just to the center. So now the other half of this tutorial is gonna be showing you how to create the seamless pattern we've made from the fruits. So just to recap, we got the lime, watermelon, orange, kiwi, and apple. So with all my drawings, I like to make a backup just in case I mess something up. So let's create a group for this. So we're gonna swipe right. I'm gonna group them together. I'm just gonna rename this to backup. Next, we're gonna duplicate the entire group and then just disable that first one. So we're gonna use this new group as our actual art to create the pattern. And we're just gonna uncheck the backup and we're not gonna touch it again unless we make a mistake. So now with the new fruits, let's rename that to fruits. And then with all of them, if you click on the group, just go to the arrow, make sure you're on uniform, and then we're gonna scale them down. Okay, so let's check all of these so we can see them. So I'm gonna move the apple maybe down over here. So here we're gonna kind of build out the pattern, and you wanna intentionally lay them out so that there's not too much random white space everywhere. So maybe I'll do it like this because we have the 5 fruits. I'll put the orange in the center. All right, so we're gonna duplicate this again and we're gonna make them even smaller. So now we're gonna fill those blank spaces. And now we can also rotate it. I'm just gonna rotate, really it's just rotating the apple because all of these other shapes are circles. Okay, and then let's move them around again. We don't want the apple too close to the other apple. Can't really do anything with that. And then the orange, perhaps over here. Well, maybe we can just kind of adjust it. So let me adjust it and I'll be right back. All right, so I think I'm happy with this. Everything looks kind of spread out evenly. So now we can start creating the pattern. So we're gonna flatten the fruits. So let's merge the 2 fruits together, the big and the small. So now everything is in one layer. All right, so next we wanna go into our settings, enable our drawing guide again, hit edit drawing guide, and then make sure that your grid is set to the max And for me to try to find the center of this is gonna be nearly impossible because we want it dead center. So to do that, you're gonna click on the blue and hit reset. And then Procreate is gonna reset it to center. And once that's done, hit the check mark. All right, so right now you can see that the fruits are just its own layer. There's no background underneath it, but we need to create a background. So let's create a new layer and put it underneath the fruits. I'm gonna select that same blue and I'm gonna color drop that in. So now you can see that there is a blue background and the fruits. And I'm not talking about the background, I'm creating a new layered background. So I'm gonna merge the fruits with the blue. If you can see the thumbnail, I got the background and the fruits together. Next, we're gonna duplicate this 3 times. So we got a total of 4 fruit layers plus the backup. And I'm gonna uncheck my background just so you could see what we're doing here. Let's go back into our arrow tool and make sure that the snapping is on magnetics and snapping. And then we're gonna bring this all the way up to the top left. And this is, again, the most important part is that you make sure that you could see an orange line on the x-axis and the y-axis. And once that's okay, you can let go. Now with the second one, let's check mark that on. We're gonna do the same thing, though we're gonna bring it up to the top right. And it's gonna snap in place. And again, I can see my orange line on the y-axis and the x. All right, third one, same thing, but bottom left. So as you can see here, my y-axis is not showing that orange. I wanna make sure it is, otherwise it's not gonna work. So you kind of just have to shift your finger a little bit. And so once you can see both of them, then you can let go. So there, I got it, let go. Then fourth one's a charm. Let's go all the way to the bottom right and click that into place. So then we're gonna merge them all down and I'm gonna rename this as my pattern. So this is the pattern I'm gonna use. You could save it as a JPEG or a PNG. So from that JPEG, this is where you're gonna make your wallpaper. So you can upload it to sites like Spoonflower or Etsy, create your own merch, mugs, t-shirts, whatever. The final part is let's test the pattern. So let's create a duplicate of this again. So we have 4 again, uncheck them. Starting with the first one, let's scale this down. And then the second one, we're gonna scale it over here. And then the third one is the bottom left. And the fourth one is the bottom right. Let's take off the grid and see how cool that is. That is your pattern. This is gonna look amazing on anything that I apply it to. So hope this helped. Let me know in the comments if this worked for you.
For more drawing tutorials and gadget reviews, be sure to subscribe to Draw with Marina.